All right, folks, we're here for Herbal Happy Hour deals. Let's go. Herbal Happy Hour Slick, and there's only one thing on everyone's mind, and that is to beat Kansas City. Of course, we can't take care of that till Sunday. What we can take care of today is getting some winners early. We have our Herbal giveaway. We have our putt contest. Can we pull up the putt to our side here? If you come and spend $100 at Herbal IQ, very easy to do with their amazing selection of items. You get 2 putts. If you make it small hole right, you qualify for a signed Buffalo Bills jersey. No questions asked. 2 putts in, no questions asked. You're going home with signed memorabilia just for having a great time here at Herbal IQ. And we also have other items. If you make 1, if you make 2 in different holes, all kinds of stuff. Slick. We're sending home winners. We're making people happy today.
Lots of winners. Signed memorabilia on both our end and Herbal IQs. We're getting the weekend started right, where you come and get all the cannabis you could ever need. Premium wax, flower, pre-rolls, concentrate. You name it, Herbal's got it. And it's Friday. And 2 days, Maniac. I know everyone's been tingling all week. It's hard to pay attention at work when you got such a heavy game on the line.
You'd be silly. Of course, everyone's brain is completely eclipsed with this game. I don't know. It doesn't feel as I don't know if it was dread. It doesn't feel as negative as last week, and that's not any kind of compliment to Kansas City fans or anything. I think it was just the boil over of I got Puff and Papa coming through on the DMs. I think that was just the combo of the Josh Allen Lamar MVP stuff, as well as the Ravens, narrative and everything. By the way, shout out Donnie Dreamboat, as always on the 1s and 2s. Also, we got Oleo and Dime Industries vending here at Herbal IQ, so make sure you check them out. With that said, what are you checking out for this weekend between now and the game? Anything good? We got Sabres, we got Bandits on the bye week. What do you got going on?
Yeah, well, tonight we got Friday Night SmackDown, followed up by another installment of WWE's Saturday Night Main Event. I believe this one's from Texas. Yeah. I think you need to follow it up with another big one after what we saw kind of lackluster. I think you and I agreed on the first time around.
Yeah. It was so predictable, and they threw in one title change, which kind of felt just like, oh, this is the obligatory thing that happened.
But which one was this?
Such a memorable.
Yeah.
I know you're a big fan of Shin's run. So memorable appearances. Who can forget that one?
Yeah, memorable in the front row where they put the wrestlers now.
Yeah, well, but that's where Braun Breaker's been, and Braun Breaker is a can't miss superstar.
That's someone you got to have on TV in the ring all the time.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think
Dreamboat's a SmackDown guy. Dreamboat, you're not gonna get SmackDown tonight though.
Actually, I'm gonna have a night with the lady, no gigs, and she, as you know, was a SmackDown, Raw, WWE connoisseur, and she missed Monday night. She didn't see that, so
I think you watched it and she didn't.
I know, wow. Very rare. So we're gonna have a lovely dinner. Got some resis for 6 o'clock. Wow. Right after this show, gonna scoot there and maybe cap it off with a romantic night with some SmackDown.
Nothing more romantic than SmackDown and chill.
Man. Yeah, checking in right at the Jabroni Drive, right at the SmackDown Hotel. Love to see that. But yeah, should be a great Friday night. Obviously, got Saturday main event. The thing that's like withdrawal is I was getting ready for tomorrow, and I'm like, "Where's my Saturday football?"
Yeah. Well,
where's my Where is my Saturday?
Where's my Saturday?
Where's my Saturday football?
That's how I felt last night as well. Thursday night it comes around, nothing there. They had to wait till 9 o'clock to even watch the Sabres embarrass themselves, which is ridiculous. And then, Saturday also feels stale. Not even, I was about to start doing the Slick Saturday promo. I know every Saturday is Slick Saturday.
Speaking of which,
it's always Slick season, but not even a UFC card on this Saturday to humor ourselves.
We got Jake saying, need to vote up for Slick
That's what
Saturday.
I'm saying, dog, right on cue. But they can't even give us a card on going into the conference championship Sunday. You could at least have
that
spare
is
us with some fights.
Clearly, WWE anticipated conference championship weekend. I'm sure there's a
that
reason
is right.
This was on this weekend versus not last weekend because clearly it would have been interfered with from the Commanders Lions game.
Yeah,
but very surprising not to see your guy Dana take advantage. Of a spot that's open on a Saturday.
It is interesting, but I'll tell you what, TKO is taking full advantage. I know they're splitting it up with the partnerships. You got Friday night SmackDown tonight, Saturday night main event. You might not have a UFC card tomorrow night. But under the same umbrella, you have a big WWE show. And then next weekend, the UFC makes its return to it's either Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia, I believe. I think it's Abu Dhabi. Israel Adesanya making his return. So that's big for the company on a fight night, not even a pay-per-view. TKO has 2 weeks, looks like.
TKO has been doing it all right business-wise since they started, for sure. It's been smooth sailing, and I think they've been rewarded with the price in the stock, for sure. I mean, it's been going up, right? But with that said, so we got to start to January here. We're already 2/3 away through the month.
It's weird.
With that said, super weird. That said, what are the vibes right now this week? I think it lingered a little bit longer than the Victory Monday. I know that, like the mic'd ups were coming out on Tuesday. There was coming out on Wednesday. I think the team's obviously finally moved on. I don't think you're sleeping going into a matchup with a team that's beaten you 3 times in the playoffs in the last 5 years. But I just wanted to make that point. It doesn't feel as intense as last week. It doesn't feel as cutthroat.
Last week there was a little bit of uncertainty because obviously the Ravens beat us earlier in the season, but I think there's a lot more confidence, not only because we beat the Chiefs, but because of how unstoppable they looked until the point of us beating them, and us being the only team that was able to conquer the Dragon in the regular season. We know we beat them before.
That's a big part of it. I feel like we had to play them all year. It might be a little bit more intense, unknown. Like, we know we can beat these guys. We know we have to go and operate. And the big thing has been avoiding the mistake for the team. It's exactly against the Ravens, 3 turnovers to none. And that's what they're going to have to do in Arrowhead. A lot more of a tougher task. Is it a tougher task against the Chiefs defense than it was against the Ravens defense? I'm not selling the Chiefs defense short. I think they're great. Spagnuolo's obviously blitzing those DBs all day. But I'm just wondering if, maybe 32 degrees, I don't know. I don't know. My brain's blendering me. My brain is blendering.
The Chiefs defense in the past has proven to get Josh to scramble and to get him to run the ball. But the thing is, that doesn't usually work in their favor, even when they can get him to do that. He's found ways to take advantage of the run versus them. And if Josh Allen's allowed to unleash his full potential, I know a lot of people were upset about that against the Ravens. It's going to be a long game for the Chiefs. And also, Maniac, on the point.
Shout out Julie Hatch. It is our time.
On the point of last week being a bit more nervous, too, they have, the Chiefs, it's Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. The Ravens, you had Lamar to worry about, Derrick Henry, Isaiah Likely. I guess when I put it down, there's just a 2 and 2.
Micah, you thought we were going to need 35 points. They had 19 with 3 minutes to go, buddy.
Hey, I will give it to Micah, though. He was the only one on Pay the Bills that predicted a Bills victory last night.
Wow.
Actually, I think Bunt might have changed his mind. But, Bunt's picked against us for the past 4 weeks. I was about to say.
Not allowed to change his mind.
I was about to
say. High-powered journalist. He's got so much integrity. He's got the ultimate aura. He's got press box aura. He's got print mana.
I was about to. He doesn't have mana. No,
he absolutely does.
I was about to say
as much mana as the Dime Industries and the Olio here. They're going nuts.
I was about to send Micah the clip last night on live Pay the Bills. I had a clip of Bunt at the game that you weren't at.
Yeah,
and he was saying if the Bills have to play the Ravens, even in Buffalo, they're cooked. Yeah. Word for word, he said they're cooked.
Yeah, cooked.
Now he's saying Bills over Chiefs. I just don't
Micah,
get it. Bunt.
You might as well put your life savings into the over. If it's going to be 35 points to beat him, we got all plays. We got the diamond.
It's all happening. It's all.
Can we get these in the programming real quick?
He loves the number 35. I guess.
Just put them right in your Slick's head if we can. There you go. Okay,
sweet chin music if you have to.
Oh my God, that's insane. We are dressed for the occasion. Shout out all our vendors here. We love all our vendors at Herbal IQ, but especially today, Dime Industries and Oleo doing their thing on an Herbal Happy Hour Friday. So let's cue this up for Don. Let's get Don in the mix. We're talking Bills, Chiefs, the invasion's begun, etc. Let's go first. KC offense against Bills defense. How are you feeling about this matchup? KC offense has been stuck in neutral almost, it feels like, all year for their expectations.
Yeah, like Jake said, I like the I wasn't nervous last week. I said that at the live show at the game day tailgate. I was just feeling good vibes. I'm not nervous this week. I don't know why. Like you said, there's something weirdly elusive.
It's odd, dude.
There's something odd about the aura of this team.
We have
where,
a chance
like,
to go to the Super Bowl and no one's nervous.
It's weird. Are the vibes that different?
I'm still nervous, but I just feel like I'm wearing a Bible. You know what it feels like? This is what I'm going to tell you right now. And tell me the vibes if I'm wrong. It feels like when you've got like a 4-item parlay on like a Saturday and you win the one at 12, and then like both were going on like 2 at 4 o'clock, and like they were sketchy, and then all of a sudden you won it, and now you're down to the 1 at 8 o'clock. So again, I know there's 2 games left to eventually get to the Golden Team month, but it just feels like that parlay vibes where like now it like the road ahead of you used to be so long. Now it's just you go 1-0 in Arrowhead, you're there. It's down to the one leg.
It's one leg, and it's going to be a sweat, and a good bet is nothing without a good sweat. So I'm ready for it. We're going into Arrowhead. You already see the fans infiltrating. I saw we had a check-in, someone on a plane out of Syracuse this morning, say filled with Bills fans. We had pilots saying go beat the Chiefs to their passengers.
Well, this is all America. America is
you have cases of blue and blue light being shipped into Kansas City. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. Bills Mafia is coming for a weekend, and they're not leaving without a dub.
Yeah, this maybe I'm getting a little spoiled. I'm just expecting to make the divisional round and the AFC champ every year, or at least wherever we'll run into Kansas City. But you mentioned their defense. I like how our offense matches up. I think our offense, we have so many weapons, and it seems like it's a different spot depending on the situation. Like last game, Amari Cooper, not even one target, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe one target, but nothing. But it wasn't a game where we needed him. Now the next one, this maybe we get an Amari game, maybe we get a Curtis Samuel game.
We get a Matt Collins game.
Yeah, there's so many weapons on the Bills offense. It's not like it was in years past where you knew, we had Diggs and we were going to try to get him involved early, get him 6-7 targets, and Gabe would be the number 2 to take the pressure off. Not like this. Everyone's set going into the season. We don't have a clear number one. We don't have a clear number 1 wide receiver. We don't have a clear number 1. We're kind of realizing this is actually a blessing because
big time
the defense doesn't even know. The number 1 could be it could be Shakir, it could be Cooper, it could be Samuel, and it could even be Matt Collins on any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday, any given receiver.
With that said, who do you think Donnie's gonna be looking foxy at all those receivers? I think we can say that Shakir is the sure thing. I'm not saying that means anything, but he's gonna when the ball's thrown his way, he's gonna do it. And he's just gonna get the job done. Besides Shakir, who are you looking for catching the ball that might be able to put up a big game?
I think we're gonna get some Amari Cooper. I think he's the veteran in the room. He's been here. He's been on a lot of winning teams. But he's a quiet, non-selfish guy. I don't think he's gonna. Last week I said I'm putting the house on Shakir over 4.5. He got like 6. It was easy.
Yeah.
I don't think Cooper catches more than 2 or 3, but I think they're going to be some big 20-yard games. I think in a big moment. We're talking late in the third quarter where you beat him. Amari Cooper is going to be our guy. This is why you get him.
It's like who you got? You got Matt Collins?
I think Matt Collins. I wouldn't bet on him myself. I think he could score a touchdown. I think Dawson Knox is going to score a touchdown, proven chief killer. But I think Keon Coleman's going to have a big game. He was absent in the first matchup of the regular season.
Yeah,
I think we're going to have a lot of red zone opportunities, and Josh is going to put that ball up where only the bullies can go and get it, and it becomes a physical battle without hopefully any laundry on the play as well. But I think Keon's going to have a big day, maybe a touchdown and or 2. Kincaid also missed that previous matchup. Look for him to have a couple touches as well.
If there was, one man has, everybody eats, but I think that Dalton Kincaid would tell you he wished he had a little bit more on his plate this season. So with that said, I am going with Dalton Kincaid. We need that man causing a ruckus in that the second level of that Kansas City defense. He can get downfield, he can make plays. You just have to scheme it up. I think it's a big Joe Brady scheme day. I think they were able to kind of blue collar their way through last week because they got some good field position from the turnovers and the rest on that. But this is a big Joe Brady scheme day. They've seen what you did 2 months ago. They saw what you did 12 months ago. So now they're going to see, hopefully a new game plan and something that catches them by surprise. Hopefully, Coach Joe cooks. He cooked last week for the most part.
Yeah, they love to get the tight ends part of the scheme involved when they play the Chiefs. So, you think it's even possible we see dual tight end formations out of Joe?
I think we'll be seeing dual tight end, and I would not be surprised even with my aspiring, hopefully huge Dalton Kincaid game. Would not be surprised to see a Quentin Morris touchdown in this game. When you get down to that red zone, it's going to be whoever you can get it to. You're not looking for anybody's fantasy stats. You're just looking for 6 points.
And that's a tight end that comes in too. No one's going to expect to be going out
for the run-blocking guy.
He's the big package.
He's the perfect guy to slip out there.
Play action.
And he's got big touchdowns before. Don't get twisted.
For sure.
For sure. A game winner against the Giants last year in prime time. So again, this isn't a guy been completely out of the spotlight when the ball's turned his way. Speaking of the spotlight when the ball's turned your way, we are waiting for our first participant for our Herbal Happy Hour Putt Challenge. If you spend over $100, you get a shot at 2 putts. If you make both, they're 10-foot putts into a small hole. If you make both, you could get a signed Bills jersey. So we'll be seeing if anyone comes up with that. But yeah, Bills offense versus Kansas City. So just to put a wrap on this aspect of the matchup, obviously last week I think you saw a Bills offense that was a little bit more timid. It was a little bit more reined in. Or do you expect them to do the same thing, stay mistake-free, or maybe to go a little bit more gung-ho on the road?
I think there's going to be some gung-ho. I think there's going to be some slanging of the pigskin out there. If you know,
I would love some slanging. I don't want to.
That's the thing. I think this is a matchup where you're forced to at some points during this game. Not only I think you should go into the game with an offensive, risky mindset. Not risky, but be willing to take some risks. Be willing to put the ball.
Can you clip that? Yeah. Not risky, but willing to take some risks.
Willing to put the ball downfield and just
selectively aggressive. I think you're looking at selectively or opportunistic.
Agreed.
Agreed.
But then even if you don't start that way, you're going to get put in positions by the Chiefs offense, whether you like it or not, whether you think you can contain it all.
I want to follow up on that point. I want to follow up on that point because we have not seen a trick play, I believe, since the atrocity in Baltimore when Josh got sacked. Am I correct? I don't think we saw another one all season, really.
No. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you can.
It would be a hell of a
Amari Cooper lateral.
That was a planned play. Yeah. All I'm saying is I would not be shocked because there's no way they can think you're going trick plays. How we doing? Welcome to Herbal IQ. It's the happy hour. Let's go. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clappy hour. Clappy hour is where McDermott spends his Fridays for sure. With that said, again, I would not be shocked to see a trick play, even though they haven't done anything all season long.
Yeah, well,
and it blew up in their face last time they did something.
Everyone was looking for the trick play when number 14 was supposed to be called.
Yes, I agree.
So why not now? Why not pull out all the magic tricks?
And also, if you're gonna run a trick play, probably shouldn't have like Josh Allen lined up wide left. Like it's kind of like a red flag.
It's a bit much.
Not everything's not as it seems.
Yeah, how about remember the John Brown pass to Josh Allen?
Yeah, that started with that was a great traditional trick play.
Yeah. Maybe get someone else to throw that pass, but that was a bit of a lob and a buddy pass. But
it was definitely a lob pass. If they weren't completely burned on that, he could have got crushed. He could have got crushed.
He still did get crushed.
He got upended.
Yeah, and then I was nervous. Then he gets spins the ball in the guy's face. Oh man, love Josh Allen.
Quite a scene. Quite a scene.
So just to cap this up, I want to get in here.
Yeah,
the Chiefs this year. There's been a lot of talk about this. Are they the same offensively? They only put up 30 points one time this year.
I know.
So that. Us getting, we think there's going to be a shootout. I think that's a game we want to pull them into. I think a lot of their games we saw, everyone said there's black magic going on at this Chiefs field because there were a lot of low-scoring, close games where they made it out. by the skin of their teeth. And I want to go in and say, you know what? Instead of us keep up with the Chiefs, how about you keep up with us this year?
Yeah,
I like it.
Fuck yeah. Let's go.
There would be nothing better than just like getting a double digit, of course. Just like last week. I mean, with that said, when we I think the difference this week is if we seize the momentum against the Chiefs, we can't sit back. We sat back a little bit last week.
Yeah, definitely
clearly came out of flat in the third quarter, out of half. Again, I'm sure it was reiterated a trillion times at halftime, like pedal to the metal, like don't let up.
Yeah.
Like it's not as easy as just being like, let's do those things, but it's in the way that messaging comes. It's in the execution of how the plays are run for sure. So with that said, again, we need to find a way if they can get up to obviously stay up and kind of keep that foot on the gas.
And you never know, the road atmosphere might just do that for them. I feel like the Bills feed off that energy sometimes, the hateful and the booze, getting them fired up. Like, oh, go watch this. They said that's their mentality all year. We don't have weapons. We'll go out and show you. We'll work hard and show you. That's what they're going to do in front of the Chiefs crowd, the Chiefs kingdom.
I would argue that the last time the Bills played a real road game was in Detroit, and they came out with their heads on fire.
Yeah, that was wild.
Came out, scored, stopped, score.
And that's a loud stadium.
And that was the game. Yeah, it's a very loud stadium. It's a loud dome setting. So, again, I'm not saying anything's louder than Arrowhead. I think they set the Guinness records.
Yeah, decibels, whatever.
About 10 years ago or whatever it was. But my goodness. It's just weird. Again, we talk about the overarching picture. It's just like there's no nerves. There's more just anxiousness, right?
Yeah. That you couldn't have said it better myself. Donnie, what you got?
So, do we want to jump into the offense, Kansas City offense versus Bills D? And then I want to, after that, on our docket, talk about the this victimhood narrative, the underdog narrative.
Well, they're being brutal.
But let's get to Kansas City offense versus Bills
I like
D first.
So I'll start this one. I like here. The key, obviously, in the November matchup was that the Bills were able to get after Mahomes and kind of pressure him a little bit, even on his interception. It was, he was basically getting sacked by Daquan Jones. With that said, they've done a much better job the last month and a half of protecting Mahomes. I think he was sacked like 30 times the first 3 months of the season or something. And then over the last 4 to 6 weeks, I think he's been sacked once. I think he was sacked once last week, and that was it. Even with that Houston Texans front, which is kind of playing out of its mind. You're going to have to be selective with the Bills this week. The thing is, you did just play the perfect quarterback last week to kind of like maybe seem a little bit easier at collapsing the pocket. Again, I'm not saying Mahomes is going to make it easy on him, but playing Lamar is no like picnic either. So I think that they had the perfect quarterback to kind of warm him up, and hopefully we could put some pressure and collapse that pocket on Mahomes, and obviously not let them get going in the run game.
Yeah, I think pressure, collapse the pocket, force Mahomes to make mistakes. That's one thing that we've seen out of him this season that we hadn't up until this point. This season, it's like, wow, he looks vulnerable and beatable. And then somehow they go 15-1. Bill's the only one to tackle that giant. But pressure up front, they can make mistakes. And then I want Terrell and Matt Milano, whoever's job it is, someone needs to have an eye on Travis Kelce at all fucking times. Because it seems like
still kind of worries me, though.
Because
I feel like he's low key their guy. I know Kelsey killed it last week. Kelsey killed it last week.
We can worry about Noah Gray when he starts getting
the
ball.
Yeti. That's what his brother called him when he trash talked him. He said the Yeti loves the cold.
The polar bear.
Fucking, I hate that the Yeti loves the cold.
I mean, yeah, how cold it really is it be out there doing?
But yeah, but we got back Terrell Bernard, who's supposed to be our Kelsey.
Have a hawk on him.
And Taryn. Because
Taryn too, if it gets
Kelce
that far.
lines up as like a slot receiver a lot of times as well, and they motion him around.
We've just seen the Chiefs prove that even if you get the proper pressure on Mahomes and force him outside, he can somehow make a play to the only guy who's wide open on the field, and it's Travis Kelce over the middle every time. And that's a presence we've lacked in the regular season games when we were missing guys like Terrell and Matt Milano. That's started to come back. You really saw Milano's presence highlighted in the Ravens matchup. So I'm really hoping we can contain Travis Kelce over the middle versus this.
Are you buying this Ed Oliver playoff renaissance?
I've never backed out on Eddie O. I've always been Eddie O. I've always been riding that horsey. We're going to ride it all the way to New Orleans. So, no, I've always been with Eddie O. That's my guy.
Yeah, I mean, but he's getting in the backfield. That's the difference. He wasn't getting in the backfield October, November, December. Again, just call it like it is. You're getting production there. Von Miller,
He's shown up too.
Makes the play last week.
And then people forget in the Denver game, he had great pressure on Bo Nix as well in a couple moments. Makes that play against Baltimore. He made a joke, I think, where he's like, I really thought I was going to score. And then what's his name? He's posted a screenshot of his 40 time. And it was like, dude, I'm definitely not beating that guy.
Dude, my girlfriend was so funny. She's like, it just looked like he was an old man, and the Raven guy was so angry.
Yeah, he was. I mean, did you see the way he tried to swat the ball?
The whole
I'm surprised Von took
it. But
credit to Von, veteran move.
Couldn't believe
he said as he was running, he looked up at the Tron and saw how close the running back actually was, and made sure to secure that ball even tighter. That's just a veteran play right there. Heads up football.
Yeah, and I think you guys said it best. Got to get home to Mahomes. Taron Johnson had a great interview today when they were talking about guarding Kelsey, and he actually said it's not really, that he's that fast for the routes, but he's like him and Mahomes just improvise so well and extend the play. So minimizing that any extent of the play, because I think our DBs are good enough to lock them down, but you let a play go for 8, 10 seconds, anything long like that, they're going to find someone. You mentioned Texas. I was impressed with them. I know they only had 1 sack, 2 sacks, but keep in mind on like 3 occasions they got to them, and there were some questionable roughing the passer calls that would have otherwise been incomplete passes. So yeah, that's something I'm hoping. I know the NFL doesn't like to think that they really respond to any media stuff or social media stuff. I'm hoping though that to change the narrative, maybe they lock down on these roughing the passer calls a little bit, but we'll see. We
may just have to agree no penalties on Sunday, because both everyone says both these guys are like flop artists.
And all I've heard about this ref crew is that they throw the most flags out of anybody.
Yeah, I mean nobody wants to see flags like.
It's the conference champion.
Like it's so
between
tough
the
to say
two
that
best
because
quarterbacks
last
in
year
football.
we're literally only 13 months away from like Chiefs fans kind of arguing that one play should have counted where Kadarius Toney was lined up offsides.
That was
like
that was so far off. Like
it was.
I feel like
that was really bad.
Mahomes is pissed, but like. No one's gonna.
What are you gonna
take
do?
Anything when you see the tape, you're just like, dude.
Yeah, how do you argue for that? I mean, come on.
But I think now we're talking Bills defense is a good time to drop my Bills prop of the week.
Let's go.
Okay.
Bills defensive or special teams touchdown happening anytime, and I'm gonna double down on it. I think it's gonna be a scoop and score. D-line gets to him. Maybe Ed Oliver. He's back to pass, slaps it out.
First, are you not going back to the bag of tricks twice?
Oh, I'm not sprinkling. There's gonna be a good anytime defensive touchdown winner. I might sprinkle first or last.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna sprinkle first.
Okay, yeah. I actually more than first. I kind of like last.
Wow.
Like, what a safety count?
Yeah.
Or wait, that's not a touch. That's a defensive score. I need to find a prop on a defensive safety.
There you go. Yeah, you want a
you can do a
score.
You can do a safety to be scored usually has like 40 to 1.
I just love how we go last TD and you go with a safety count and just not with no thought whatsoever to whether the count.
I said no.
I think I said no. I'll take responsibility for that. I think some of the herb, man, it's wafting into my brain.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Yeah.
Listen, avoid the clouds. Stay here at Herbal IQ. Amazing product selection, like that. We got concentrates. We got marijuana. We got
marijuana.
We got vapes. We got everything you can.
Speaking of flying high, we got Jake bringing up the Josh Allen and Michael Jordan comparisons.
That's getting a lot of push right now. That's getting a lot of push. Who did
I don't like it.
My question is who did Jordan beat? Because this is the Eastern Conference Finals, and they got past the Pistons. Who did he beat that
Pacers?
Who did he beat for the championship the first year?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the round.
This guy.
I thought you were gonna say other than the Pistons.
Was it the Jazz?
Yeah, it was
Utah Jazz. That wasn't the first one. Okay.
And then one of the middle ones was the Trailblazers. I want to say
that's what Trailblazers
was the first one. Was the first one the Lakers?
It might have been.
There was definitely Trailblazers. There's definitely Suns.
It was
the
90.
The last two were the Jazz.
Yep, it was the Lakers.
Yeah, that's
1991.
Wow. Okay, kudos.
That's Magic and Kareem. Wow, crazy.
Shout out MJ. But yeah, hopefully, Josh follows the same trajectory. I mean, just get us to New Orleans and let the rest take the rest. But
imagine winning 4 different championships against Kareem, Magic, Clyde Drexler, and then Karl Malone.
Yeah, John Stockton and Karl Malone are like literally the greatest like 1-2 punch of all time.
I mean, that's why I don't ever want to
get over Bird as well.
That's why I don't want to hear any LeBron shit in the chat.
He got over Bird, and then Bird came back for him in the last dance.
Yeah, you bitch.
Epic.
You
bitch. Fuck you, bitch. You. But yeah, so that's what the Bills' defense will hopefully be saying to Patrick Mahomes. Now, with that said, Xavier Worthy was kind of a large part of that game plan in the first game. They were using him quite a bit. I don't know if I expected to do the same thing, honestly. I think that was kind of a smoke screen.
I think.
Are you nervous about boys? Are you nervous about Cole Bishop to Rook 6?
I am a little nervous about.
How could you not be nervous about Cole Bishop? How could you not?
It's such a big stage for any rookie. I don't care how good you are.
I feel like the last time I remember him, he was getting torched against the Texans. I mean, I know it was a long time ago. I know he's probably gotten some reps since then. Am I wrong?
I don't think so. Not too far off. And I was worried about the secondary last week, and then you put a primary passing quarterback in. I know everyone saying Lamar was that season, but yeah, definitely some questions back there. But
does that mean you had the tweet about our boy coming back that you said had some senioritis, was going to return?
Oh, yeah,
Micah Hyde.
Yeah.
Is he?
I mean, I really like. I don't even like.
Is he getting safe for the Super Bowl? What's going on?
Like, I mean, there's no there. I mean, really, there's no way he activates him on like day of, right? Like, you know, like he's on the team, but he's not. He's like a mentor role. He's like, you know, he's like when Jake Taylor came back in Major League 2. What do we got? The Oleo table going nuts.
Yeah, we got wax.
You like that?
All right, boys. Well, we got this. God, Chiefs fans think they're underdogs.
What the fuck?
Again,
not. This was something I think that started in the 2010s with the reverse jinx and like making yourself an underdog like for no reason. And it's really just taken to a new level in the 2020s. Andy Reid coming out and saying we'll probably be underdogs at home when they've never lost to the Bills in the playoffs and they're at home is like bonkers.
When they're going for
literally bonkers. When they going for a 3-peat at 15-1.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Like bonkers city.
Yeah,
absolutely
at home.
Yeah, and we got what was it? Allenhead.
Allenhead, I guess, like, you know, 3 people tweeted it, and so I guess all the Bills Mafia thinks Josh Allen's gonna go take over Arrowhead, where he's never won in the playoffs. He takes it over.
Yeah, I don't know where this is.
Yeah, that's
from.
probably not a good idea.
I think it's like you said. It's like a fan false flag. They're just. I think some of these Bills accounts aren't even Bills fans. I think we got some burners where. Much like Ravens, people were trying to make us look bad.
Content aggregation.
Yeah. There's folks, it's a dangerous game out there on social media. You gotta watch out. You gotta know who you're talking to. Some of these accounts, I don't know who's behind this curtain, man.
It also is a little tough. Yeah, I mean, stuff out here in these social media streets. It's like, why don't you go and take a putt?
Yeah,
get it warmed up here. Gotcha. Okay, let's just like take it. Not the crotch chop. All right, he's lining it up. Looks like he's going for the big hole. Extra wide. There he is. Drano. Slick 1 for 1. Oh, too much gym. Too much working out. Go. Yeah, let's do one more. Ball don't lie. Miss. Oh,
too much gym again.
That was that Happy Gilmore-esque with the clown mouth. How'd it go? Okay, love to hear that. Another level achieved here at Herbal IQ. Love to hear that.
Yes, sir.
So I think we're gonna running down in the game. So you got the Bills versus Kansas City. Special teams. Obviously, both these teams performing at a high level right now. I mean, I hope it doesn't come down to like one way or the other.
Yeah, I mean, I saw what was it, Joe DiBiase's 42-yard field goal tweet. And what I want to say about that
you have
is
to take it, right?
I would feel this is how wild card of a guy Bass has been this year. I'd feel more comfortable with him at 52 than 42.
That's not
it's either an extra point 30 yards or pushing back from 55. And I don't know what it is. We saw that Miami game always comes to mind where he missed
an extra point
and then made a
60 yard. Outstanding.
Talk about contrast.
Yeah, I mean, I think
he needs the pressure
in his veins. I think he has been. When you look back at it, he's like 10 of 11 or 11 of 12 in that.
He is clutch.
Well, yeah, he missed a very big one. He missed a very big one last year.
Well,
so
yeah.
I think he's got a little chip on his shoulder for sure.
Donnie, when you were talking about special teams touchdown, the first name coming to my mind was Mac Hollins. I mean, that hit stick on the punt return. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You force a loose ball. You force a loose ball. Talk about a scoop and score.
It is kind of messed up, but Matt Collins is like such a football player that he does get as excited about like a good block as like a 35-year.
How could you not?
Yeah, we mentioned him last week before the Ravens game where I was like, I didn't know this guy was like that with the physical play against the Broncos, and we saw it again last week. I forget where, but he threw a great block. Oh yeah, he drove that DB like 15 yards back on his ass, and he got hurt. Yeah, we hate to see. We don't want to see anyone get hurt, but we like a good block. Yeah, so I don't play. Is this the new version of Mac Collins? Playoff Mac, return of the playoff Mac.
Return of the Mac.
Had Mac Collins ever been in the playoffs before? Really?
I don't think so.
I could be wrong. As a journeyman, I don't think so.
I know the only spot
the Raiders. He might have been in the Raiders with the Derek Carr days.
Okay, he made it.
Like a wild card in there. Like I'm not sure, but
it's the same. Maybe we've unleashed a new level. Speaking of a new level, ASAP Ferg, Bills Mafia is going ASAP into Kansas City.
Yeah,
ASAP already what, day and a half they've been flooding in.
Yeah, I think already on the way. Infiltration is real.
So Mac has never played
Okay, so we've achieved a new level.
Yeah, definitely. Return of the Mac.
Shout out playoff Mac.
He just
shout out
needed
Olio,
to get there.
Shout out Diamond.
Unlock it inside himself. Just need to get to the playoffs. Who knows?
But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing videos. Hopefully, some Bowstry after knocking on. Hopefully,
there's definitely going to be some tonight.
Yeah,
like the fuckery starts tonight in Kansas City.
Trying to remember the name of the Bills backers bar out there.
Have you been?
Yeah, I went there 5 years ago for the AFC Championship.
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe we should go to Casey Blackrock and start some ruckus.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, perfect. He wouldn't even care.
Last time,
He'd be elated. He'd be elated.
Going to pick with Vinny, I showed up there like 10:30 and the door was locked recently.
Not shocking. Casey's lost its edge. That's not the Chiefs. Kingdom has lost its edge. Has KC lost its edge?
I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean Foxborough, they don't serve liquor on game day. Kansas City backers, like what is that? What do we got? Is there a train rolling through?
No, there's a plane flying overhead.
It was just shocked hearing no liquor served. And
dude, it's ridiculous. So we got the dub, and then there's a pub in the strip mall right outside Gillette Stadium, and it's packed to the bone with Bills fans going in, big line outside. You would think you're going into like a bar on Chippewa, and get in. It's lit. There's a DJ, great music. Go up to the bar, ask for shots. No to liquor on game day. When I ask why, because the fans might get too drunk, too intoxicated on game day were her exact words. And all I could think was how people would react if someone said that at O'Neill's when you're asking for a shot.
Yeah, well, I mean, not everyone can hang. Apparently, Boston fans can't hang without starting a fight. Bills fans, we just have a good time. I think we get even more jolly.
I will say this though: the Bills Mafia found the best spot to tailgate in Foxborough is right behind the liquor store. So,
all right,
that was awesome.
There we go. Well, if any of y'all out there watching us know anyone in Kansas City, Send us your videos. Tag Train Wreck. We want to see what's going down this weekend and check it. Did we end up getting boots on the ground with Gatesy?
I do not know. Oh, no, we did not.
Gatesy's out. I think
we ready for the milligrams thing or what?
I think Jake from State, he has a friend, right? Jake from State's got a friend.
Yeah, he does. I have a friend as well.
Yeah, we got some boots. We got some boots. I just don't think we have any. We don't have any like corporals. We don't have any, high-ranking officers.
Yeah.
With that said, so we can talk about. So again, this is still. I think we're gonna do it. Herbal IQ has challenged it. We got the Herbal Mania challenge. So basically, what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna have edibles from Herbal IQ. We're gonna get them. We're gonna get them for the game on Sunday.
Should I get the graphic?
Yeah, we can. I'll start walking them through it slowly. So again, this is all part of a build-up to WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania, which as we know, folks, is a two-night event as always. But this year, this Sunday, falling on 4/20 in Las Vegas. And that's going to be something, Maniac.
We are just about 90 days away.
Which is crazy to think.
Yeah.
It feels like just yesterday we were finishing the story.
Yeah. No, it does feel like just yesterday we were finishing the story. With that said, obviously we are 90 days away from a continuation of even greater stories, even greater spectacles in the city of Sin, Las Vegas, and Herbal IQ and us are going to be going to Las Vegas potentially if we can complete the Herbal Mania Challenge. So with that said, and all the build-up and all the ado, we have the Herbal Mania Challenge for the AFC Championship. Myself, Maniac, will ingest 5 milligrams of edibles for every point the Buffalo football team scores on Sunday against the Kansas City football team. So for every point scored by the Buffalo football team, I will ingest 5 milligrams. Those numbers double if it is a defense or special teams touchdown, Donnie, or if it is a Josh Allen rushing touchdown, or if it is scored in the final 2 minutes of either half, first or second. So for those keeping track at home, last week, Josh Allen did score a rushing touchdown in the final 2 minutes of the first half. That would have been essentially 7 points. Times 5 milligrams, 35 milligrams, times 2, 70, times 2, 140. That would have been a 140 milligram play, essentially.
Yeah,
heading into half.
That wasn't his only rushing touchdown.
That was not his only rushing touchdown, but that was like a Scrabble, like quadruple letter word, basically. That he had.
Like a Uno,
so again, you're going to be supervising this.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Are you gonna have like a lifeguard outfit? What are you gonna do?
I'll be a double.
What happens when I have to when I'm grabbing onto the ground?
I'll bring my stethoscope.
I'm gonna bring like a rope you use for a hot air balloon. I'm just gonna tie it around his ankle, so if he starts to float up into the ceiling fans, I can just yank Maniac back down to the floor.
Definitely keep like a string on me.
Dude, don't try this at home. We're trained professionals.
Yeah, so that'll be our first step of the Herbal Mania challenge. I can't wait to see what they challenge you with, but that's the road that I got sailed for the AFC Championship. So stay tuned for that from Herbal IQ and us, the Herbal Mania challenge.
This Herbal Mania never stops.
Never stops. This Herbal Mania is running wild. With that said,
brother.
I think it's time to lock in for the weekend, Slick.
Yeah. We doing score predictions?
Yeah, we do score predictions.
Locking in for the weekend. Obviously, days to come here. Hopefully, everyone's staying warm. Stuff's coming down. But all eyes on Kansas City. I've been thinking about this one. I think it's going to be high scoring. I'm going to go with 37-21 Bills. Big win for the Bills. Our last
yep, that would be troublesome probably for me. But with that said, yeah, I would definitely take 16-point win though. I'll also take yeah, you do. I'll take Bills 26, Kansas City 21. Right on the number. I know I'm like selling out to Vegas there at the 47 or whatever, but I just think that points are going to be tough to come by come Sunday.
Well, if you didn't like Slicks, you're not going to like my number. It's going to be Bills 38, Kansas City 28 with a late touchdown too. It's going to be we'll be up 31-28.
Oh, no. Don't tell me at the one. A third goal at the one.
Yep. And we'll score inside the 2-minute warning, make Kansas Kansas City use all their timeouts and go up 10.
Can
You're already going to be deep in green by then.
Can we
But at least you'll be in a good mood.
Can we say
in a great mood?
Can we say if it's a Trubisky rushing touchdown, you have to multiply it by like 5?
Sure.
Okay. Just because, like, if you're saying it's a last-minute garbage time touchdown, like,
well, no, it's not. It's to go up to because we'd be up a field goal otherwise.
Yeah, well, in my score scenario, maybe. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, Ferry last week was asking for Trubisky the entire fourth.
Okay.
Exactly
well, Slick, with you dropping Trubisky in there, if God forbid something horrible happens to QB1, I think you have to join him on the challenge if something happens early in the game.
I think that's
don't
fair.
like the implications of this.
Slick, if maybe we should come up with a clause for Slick, but if we can handle this challenge and we go on, then maybe we'll look at something in the future for sure. But shout out Herbal for giving us the opportunity.
Running 5 days isn't enough.
I'm sure is a privilege. Yeah. Oh my God, we ran a 5K one time.
And it was confirmed today where we're going to be for the game, right?
Yeah, we'll be at our spot, of course, as always, Chippewa Rec Room. So make sure you book those tables at Rec Room Buffalo. Hit up the socials to get your reservation for an AFC Championship Sunday.
Gonna be a battle. Gonna be a movie. Rec Room, the spot to be. Chippewa. Where else would you rather be on Conference Championship Sunday, Don?
Nowhere. And so everyone will be able to see Maniac in the state he's in. I suggest everyone just come and see that.
We're gonna have like likely bottle service, and then I'm gonna be happy to be doing that on the side. Like, so if you think I'm not gonna get like the spins out the wazoo, like you're just crazy.
All right, you can leave some of the bottle service.
Yeah, first for hearing.
You take care of yours, and I'll take care of mine.
You don't always get taken care of at Rec Room.
No, that's not what I said.
Yeah, what reality?
I'll take a shot each time you eat an edible, but I'm not like double or even triple in it because that's death with alcohol.
Yeah, that could be a little different. Yeah,
I can't say the same.
All right. Well, with that said, time to run it up. Let's have a great weekend. Let's lock in with the Herbal Happy Hour. If you haven't already, we're open till 9 tonight. 10. It's Friday. Let's make sure to have a good night now, and let's go Buffalo football team.